I'm going to talk about our current pattern. Let's look at weather warning. The weather warnings are orange warning with the air quality warning, which starts from Friday, Wednesday, July 15 to 11 p.m. to Thursday, July 16, 6:11 Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be smoke from wildfires in northwestern Ontario. It's causing very poor air quality and reduced visibility. And conditions may improve in Friday mornings. So the weather warnings are for Hamilton, Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, Orangewood, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Coburg, Lysett, Obi, Whitehall, and Hanover, Collingwood, Petty, Bevlas, Georginia, Orangeville. Those are gonna get some already explained. So let's look at our capacity weather warnings are orange warning with some air quality impacts. It starts from same time and ends at same time. Okay, then say properly this time. So it's gonna start from Wednesday, July 15, 2026, 8 p.m. to 18 p.m. It's to Thursday, July 18, 6:18 a.m. So there's gonna be air quality is expected to whatever, everything is same. And on so let's look at Oh la la, Bombay, Sunny Beach, Salabay, Mainland, la la la. It's gonna get some air quality warning with some yellow warning with air quality. We start on Thursday, July 15th, 2026, 2 p.m. to Thursday, July 26, 5:59 a.m. So that's actually from July 15 to July 16. So there's gonna be smoke from wildfires in northwestern Ontario. It's causing poor air quality and reduced visibility. The conditions may improve tonight. So let's look at pressure patterns starting from July 15, 2026. So 1012 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 8 p.m. July 16. So 1012, 1060 millibars of pressure. Let's go to next hour, which is July 17. So 1060 millibars, 1612 millibars of pressure. Let's go to next hour, which is 8 p.m. July 18. There is something 1004, 1009, 1008 millibars of pressure. The moderate pressure is going to be 1012. So let's double take 1004, 1002, or not 12, it's going to be 1004, 1008, 1008 millibars of pressure. The moderate pressure is going to be 1006 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 8 p.m. July 19th, summit of summer astronomical. So 1012 millibars of pressure everywhere in southern Ontario. So let's look at precipitation patterns starting from 5 p.m. Actually, let's go to 8 p.m. So it's gonna load a little bit later. So let's start again. So Mississauga, Brampton, Orangewood, Toronto, Richmond, Market, Scarborough, Stouffville, Boylston, Hanover, and Parts and Arc, Walton City, those are gonna get some 0.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 11 p.m. There is something. Scarborough, Stouffville, Oakwood, Narc, Falls City, Parts and Arc, on Lake Boylston, Hanover is gonna get some 0.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's look at not precipitation pattern. So Mississauga, Brampton, Toronto, parts of Scarborough, Uxbridge. Those are going to get some 0.95 millimeters of rainfall, including Wasanac on the lake. So let's go to Lebanon. And so Oak starting later. Edmonton, on Lake Partonac, Fall City, parts of Scarborough, Toronto, Richmond, Market, Uxbridge, Oshawa, parts of Coburg, Bomb Beach, Thunder Beach. It's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Sasaka, Brampton is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters, light 0.25, heavy is 2.5 millimeters. Let's go to AA and this and things. So, Hoops is 6.25 millimeters, Barts 12.5 millimeters, Boyers 12.5 millimeters, Hanover 6.25 millimeters. Collingwood 2.5, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Thunder Beach, Inland's gonna get some 6.25 millimeters, including Georgia, Beverly, Berry, la. So Cobra Peterborough is gonna get some 2.5, 6.25 millimeters, Bravo 6.4 millimeters. Oshawa is going to be light is 6.5, heavy is 2.5, 12.5. Uxbridge is gonna get some 6.25, so Scarborough heavy is 2.5, light is 0.25. Down Toronto, Sisaga's gonna get some 2.5 millimeters. Brampton, Newmarket, that's Richmond. It's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including our twin Newmarket. So Hamilton 0.25, Oco, IBS Superfly like 0.25, Nag, Boston is gonna get some 0.25, 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Line says it's gonna get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to next stopper. Let's go to Lebanon and this something. So Line said, obey Collingwood Bombies, Thunderby, Georgina, Beverly, la. So Belleville, Scarborough's gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall, so Stouffville Super 5, down to 2.5 millimeters, Satchma Heavy 605 lights 2.5, Wilkesville's gonna get some 6.25. So Sissaga, Brampton, Oincho, Oku, Hampton, Niagara on the Lake, Parts of Niagara Falls City, those it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's look at South Bay and land 2.5 millimeters, 6.25. So Barry's gonna get some 6.25 millimeters. Barton's is going to be 12.5. Hanover's gonna get some 12.4 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to Zach's top of 3. So let's go to next tower, which is 2 p.m. There is something, Barton. Thunder Beach gonna be 2.5 millimeters. Hanover is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters. Hope Lines is gonna be 0.25, including Collingwood. Palm Beach, Solid Bay, Inland, 6.5, Thunder Beach, whatever. So it's all explained. So Beverly is Virginia, Betty, Alala's gonna get some 0.2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Niagara, Varsity, Hamilton, Oako, Sissaga, Brampton, Ointo, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stouffville, Oshawa, Light 0.25, Heavy 2.5, including Uxbridge. It's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Uxbridge, Colbert, Peterborough is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 5 p.m. There is something. White Temple Hudson, Super 5 millimeters, Honor Super 5 millimeters. Line said OB, Collingwood, Sissaga, Brampton, Winchell, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket. It's going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Niagara on the Lake Heavy Super 5 light 0.25. Same thing in Niagara Falls City. So Hamilton 2.5 millimeters. Scarborough Heaviest Super 5 light 0.25. Oakville Heaviest Super 5 light 0.25. Stouffville 2.5. Uxbridge gonna get some 2.5. 6.5 lightest. That's heaviest light is gonna be 6.25. No, I started everything again for Uxbridge. So Uxbridge is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters. Heaviest light is gonna be 0.2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Burke is gonna get some 0.25. Peterborough is gonna get some 0.2.5 millimeters. Babel 0.25 millimeters. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Solid Bay, Midland, is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to AP and there is something. Line said OB, White Temple, Alton, Ottawa, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Solid Bay, Midland, Sissaga, Brampton, Orange, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket. Oakwood, those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Scarborough, heavy superfly light 0.25. Niagara Lake and Niagara Falls City Pacific is gonna be 2.5 heavy light 0.25. Coburg is gonna be 0.25. Peterborough is gonna be 0.25. So Belfort is 2.5 millimeters. Scarborough heavy. So done. So Georginia is gonna be 6.25, including Bebla. So Betty is gonna get some 2.5 or 2.5 millimeters. So let's go to next. So last 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 11 p.m. So, line said, obey Barton, Collingwood, Bombies, Thunderby, Soliby, Milan, Olala, Betty, Georgina, Bablasos. So, Uxbridge, Belleville, Oku, Edmonton, parts of Oku, Edmonton, Ag, Varsity, Ag, on the lake is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including Scarborough parts. So, total precipitation. So, same time precipitation and total precipitation. So, you can correct. So Okul's heaviest 0.7. Light is going to be 0.3 millimeters. Hammond is 0.4 millimeters. Nag velocity heaviest is 1 millimeters. Light is 0.6 millimeters. So let's go to next tower, which is July the 17th. So since August, gonna get some 0.7 millimeters of rainfall, 0.8. Ranton is gonna be 0.3 millimeters of rainfall. Tattered Scarborough heavy 0.7, light is 0.3. Uxbridge is gonna get some 0.3 millimeters. So let's go to Niagara on the Lake. It's gonna be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. That's the heaviest light is gonna be unknown. 0.6. So it's gonna be. So let's go to 8 p.m. July the 18th, 2000. So Port Elton, do that later. So everywhere in airports 8 millimeters. Hamilton, Oakville 6 millimeters. That's lightest on Oakville. Heavy is gonna be 10 millimeters. Barrington, Mississauga 10 millimeters. Toronto 10 millimeters. Scarborough is gonna be 11 millimeters. 12 millimeters. 11 millimeters. Tofu 13 millimeters. Newmarket 12 millimeters. Orange is gonna be 12 millimeters. Collingwood 7 millimeters. Oshawa 28 millimeters. Ooks was 26 millimeters, Peterborough 18 millimeters, Cobra 50 millimeters, Barbados 30 millimeters, Georgina's got to get some 33 millimeters, Pavlias is going to get some 25 millimeters, Perry's going to be 16 millimeters, 21 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do that properly. 21 millimeters is in Olil, Berry. Olala's going to get Olala. Well, let's get to get some 18 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to Spirit. It's going to get some 80 millimeters. Lancer's going to get some 17 millimeters of rainfall. Palm Beach's going to get some 13 millimeters. Stony Beach's going to get some 16 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to Solid Bay. It's going to be 20 millimeters of rainfall. So that's like 20.5. Mainland's going to get some 23 millimeters of rainfall. White and 60 millimeters. Oralton's gonna be 22 millimeters. Hanover's gonna get some 60 millimeters. So let's go to Inland's gonna get some while it explains. So let's go to next tower or correct. So let's correct Solid Bay, which is gonna get some 21 millimeters of rain for 20.5. That's for Solid Bay. So let's go to next tower, which is APN July the 19th. So Narac velocity IB 1 millimeters light is 0.3 millimeters Collingwood 1 millimeters Georgia is gonna get some 0.9 millimeters Babylon is 0.8 millimeters. So let's look at air temperatures pattern. We don't need snowfall, sleet, freezing sleet. So let's look at all the way to 7 a.m. So that's from 3 p.m. before it. So Watch is 20 degrees, Port Elton 21 degrees, Honda is 20 degrees, Hope City, Lionside 20 degrees, Collingwood 20 degrees, everywhere in Airports 23.5 degrees, Hamilton, Oakville 23 degrees, Oakville, Gold is 21 degrees, Branches 21 degrees, Dover 20 degrees, Scarborough 21 degrees, Darrata 21 degrees, Newmarket, Orange Hill 90 degrees, Uxbridge 90 degrees, Oshawa 21 degrees, Peterborough 20 degrees, Coburg 21 degrees, Belleville 21 degrees, Georgina 22 degrees, Bablas is going to be 20 degrees, Barry, 20 degrees, Alala, 20 degrees, Alabase, 22 degrees, Thunderbase, 23, Bombay's 22. Inland's gonna get some 21 degrees, so let's go to the next tower, which is 3 p.m. There is something. Port Hudson 23, Hanover 25, Barton 27, Hope City 27, Lionside 27, everywhere in airports 31 degrees, Hamilton, Oakville 29, Mississauga 21, Brampton 32, Suffolk 30 degrees, Scarborough 32 degrees, Toronto 31 degrees, Newmarket, Orange Hill 29, Oxford 28, Oshawa 30 degrees, Peterborough 28 degrees, Coburg 27 degrees, Barber 29 degrees, Georgina 27.5 degrees, Betty 28 degrees, Babylon 28 degrees, Solala's gonna get some 27 degrees, and some 6.5 for Salabi 24 degrees, Thunderbeat's gonna be 23 degrees, Bombay's gonna get some 25 degrees, 26. Inland's gonna be 28 degrees, or 27. Let's go to next tower, which is 7 here, July the 7th. So Watson is gonna get some start again. So Watson's 29 degrees, Boyelson, that's actually 19. Boyelson 20 degrees, Animus 20.5. Oops, it's gonna be 21 degrees. Lion says gonna get some 20 degrees, Collingwood 80 degrees, Alabase 80 degrees. Palm Beach gonna get some 80 degrees, Thunder Beach gonna get some 20 degrees, so let's go to Inland's gonna get some 70 degrees, everywhere in airports and 90.5 degrees, Hamilton Oakville 22 degrees, Mississauga 21 degrees, Brampton 20 degrees, Dover 80 degrees, Scarborough 90 degrees, Toronto 20 degrees, Newmarket, Orange Hill 70 degrees, Uxbridge 18 degrees, so let's start again, so let's start again for Uxbridge, 16 degrees, so Oshawa 20 degrees, Peterborough 16 degrees, Kobe 18 degrees, Powerball 16 degrees, Georgina 19 degrees, Babylon is 19, 18, 17 degrees, Mary 17 degrees, Alalas 18 degrees, Let's go to the next tower, which is 3 p.m. July 17. Right to 28 degrees, worlds and 25 degrees, under is going to be 26.5. Hopes it's going to be 25, lines at 25, calling with 28 degrees, Bombay's 26 degrees, Salaby's 26, 5 degrees, Dunnybee's 24 degrees, 26 degrees. 25 degrees is in Thunder Beach. Last gonna be 29 degrees or 27. Everywhere now for Snag on Lake 27 Nag was it's 30 degrees. Hamilton, Oakville, 24 degrees. Oakville, cold is 24. Warm is 25. Sisak, 25. Downtown, 25. Brampton, 27. Stouffville, 27. Scarborough, 26. Downtown Newmarket, Orange Hill is gonna be 29. Oaks, 25. Asheville, 23. Peterborough, 26. Over, 22. Belleville, 24. Georgina is 25 degrees. Babylon is 25 degrees. So Barry is going to get some 26 degrees. So the last going to get some 25 degrees. So let's go to the next tower, which is 70 and July the 18th. So Hope Airlines said 21 degrees White, 21 degrees Boyle, 22 degrees Hanover, 21.5. Conunga 20 degrees, Bombay 21 degrees, Sotheby's 20 degrees, Thunderbeach going to get some 23 degrees. Everywhere in Airport's 22.5 degrees, Hamilton Oak 22 degrees, Mississauga 22, Brampton 21. Stouffville 20 degrees, Scarborough 21 degrees, Dunrotor 22 degrees, Newmarket, Orangeville 28 degrees, Oaksville 90 degrees, Asheville 21 degrees, Peterborough 20 degrees, Coburg 21 degrees, Belleville 21 degrees, Georgina 21 degrees. Everywhere says 20 degrees, and it is 20 degrees, and the last gonna be 20.5 degrees, so let's go to Illa, it's gonna be 20 degrees, so hopes it's going to be already done, so let's go to 3 p.m. There is something. So Watson 22 degrees, Hope say 22 degrees, Boylston 21 degrees, Hanover 21.5. Lion said is going to get some 24 degrees. Everyone will say 28.5 degrees. Hamilton will go 27 degrees. Mississauga 29 degrees. Brampton 29 degrees. Dover 28 degrees. Scarborough 29 degrees. Downright 28 degrees. Newmarket, Orangeville 27 degrees. Oaksville 25. Asheville 26. Peterborough 26. Coburg 23. Belleville 24 degrees. Georgina is going to get sun 24 degrees. Bablas is going to be 25 degrees. Betty's 22 degrees. Alala 22 degrees. Sotheby Bombay is going to be 24 degrees. Thunderby is going to be 23. Midland's going to be 25 degrees. Collingwood 26 degrees. So let's go to next tower, which is so let's go to 8 a.m. Let's go back to 3 p.m. Let's go to 7 a.m. 8 a.m. is something. So Port and Ottawa 90 degrees, Hoopsy, Lines and Whites and 80 degrees, Collingwood 80 degrees, Bombay, Thunderbees 80 degrees, Sotheby 80 degrees, Atlas 80 degrees, everywhere now for 20.5 degrees, Amazon locals 20 degrees, that's the warmest, coldest 90 degrees, Branson 90 degrees. Stouffville 80 degrees, Scarborough 90 degrees, Downright 90 degrees, Newmarket, Orange Hills going to be 70 degrees, Orange Hill 80 degrees, Express 70 degrees, Asheville 80 degrees, Peterborough 70 degrees, Coburg 90 degrees, Belleville 80 degrees, Georgina is going to be 90 degrees, Bablas is 80 degrees, so Betty 70 degrees, Alala 70 degrees, so let's go to the next tower, which is 2 p.m. So Whiteton 21 degrees, whereas in Honda is going to be 21 degrees. Hope say it's going to get some 90 degrees. Line says 20 degrees. So Collingwood 90 degrees. Bombay is going to be 90 degrees. Thunderbreeze 20 degrees. Sotheby 22 degrees. And that's going to be 22. It's going to be 22 degrees. That's in Itland. So exit 22.5. Sotheby is 22 degrees. Bombay is going to get some 20 degrees. Thunderbreeze is going to be 20 degrees. Everywhere in Airports 23.5 degrees. Hamilton, Hookles, 25 degrees, that's warmest. Cobus, 24 degrees. Mississauga, 24. Brampton, 24 degrees. Stouffville, 23 degrees. Scarborough, 24.5. Toronto, 24. Newmarket, Orange Hill, 22 degrees. Oaksville, 21 degrees. Saskatchewan, 23 degrees. Peterborough, 22. Coburg, 23. Belleville, 24. Georgina, Babylon 21 degrees. Betty's 21 degrees. Alala, 21 degrees. So let's go to the next tower. There is no next tower. So this is the end of the video. So